Not everything that breaks you is meant to destroy you. I'm Christy. Welcome to The Unraveling.
Hey there, beautiful soul. I'm Christy. If this is your first time watching, hello and welcome. And to my returning family, it is so great to see you again. Short disclaimer, when I speak of divine feminine and divine masculine, referring to the energetic principles and not gender, we all carry both within us, no matter our identity or expression. So today I want to talk about something that I think many people are quietly exhausted by on this journey. It is the emotional spiraling. Because sometimes it can feel like your mind and emotions completely take over. One thought turns into 10, one trigger turns into hours of overthinking. One moment of silence suddenly becomes, what does this mean? Did something shift? Did I do something wrong? Is everything falling apart? And before you realize it, your nervous system is completely overwhelmed. I think many people try to handle this in one of two ways. Either they completely drown in the emotion, or they try to suppress it entirely. And honestly, I don't think either extremes truly heals us. Because suppressing emotions doesn't make them disappear. It usually just pushes them deeper into the body. And spiraling endlessly doesn't create clarity either. It usually creates more fear. So I think the real work here becomes learning how to feel emotions without becoming consumed by them. That is a completely different skill. And honestly, I think many of us were never taught how to do that. We were taught ignore your feelings, overpower your feelings, or become your feelings. But very few people were taught how to actually sit with emotions safely, especially emotions connected to abandonment, longing, grief, fear, uncertainty, or emotional activation. And I think that's why so many people feel overwhelmed on journeys like this, because these experiences bring buried emotions to the surface very intensely. The nervous system reacts, the mind reacts, the body reacts. And suddenly people think, I need to stop feeling. But healing is not emotional numbness. Healing is learning how to stay present with yourself while emotions move through you. That is very different. And honestly, one of the biggest shifts for me has been realizing this. Not every emotion requires immediate action. That changes everything. Because when we're emotionally activated, the mind often wants answers immediately, clarity immediately, movement immediately, and relief immediately. But emotional waves are temporary. And sometimes what we truly need is not immediate action, but regulation, pause, breath, grounding, space for the nervous system to settle before assigning massive meaning to every emotional moment. Because when the nervous system is dysregulated, everything feels bigger, more permanent, more catastrophic. And I think many people accidentally make life decisions from temporary emotional storms. That's why grounding matters so much. And grounding doesn't have to be complicated. Sometimes grounding looks like putting your phone down, taking a walk, drinking water, listening to calming music, crying safely, journaling, resting, taking a bath, talking kindly to yourself instead of escalating the fear internally. Sometimes it's simply saying, I'm emotionally activated right now. I don't need to solve my entire life tonight. That alone can soften so much. I also think many people fear that if they stop spiraling, they will lose the connection somehow. But peace does not weaken real connection. Grounding does not weaken love. Regulation does not make you less spiritual. It simply helps your body stop living in emotional emergency mode. And I think many people are learning right now that emotional regulation is not suppression. It is self-support. It is learning how to hold yourself gently during difficult emotional waves instead of abandoning yourself inside of them. Because eventually healing becomes less about never getting triggered and more about learning how to return to yourself more safely when you do. And I think that's where real inner stability begins. Not in perfection, but in learning how to stop fighting yourself during hard moments. And maybe healing isn't about never spiraling again. Maybe it's about learning how to come back to yourself sooner and with more compassion each time. If you stayed with me until the end, thank you. And if this conversation resonated with you, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments. I would love to hear your perspective and experiences around this subject. And until next time, dear one, stay open, stay soft, and stay sovereign. God, I love you all. You have a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful day today, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye now.
You're not here by accident. Your soul knew. We'll meet again right here between the lines.